Well, hello. Happy day after Thanksgiving to all of you who are out there fighting the Black Friday crowd for bargain deals. Good luck to you. Well, we knew the day would come when we would have to diversify our portfolio, i.e., find something else to talk about besides Chili DeCastro. And though our boy Chili may return next week, it's looking like we have to shift focus here for a moment. Not something I really wanted to do at present, and not someone I wanted to shift my focus to, but you're not playing fairly, and you're talking smack to a few of my subscribers who have sent me screenshots, sent me emails. Blue Bacon, you're not doing anything to help your image, to shore up your image, to preserve your image. You are behaving in a way that makes you look more like Chili DeCastro than Blue Bacon. So, if you taunt an individual for a little less than 40 broadcasts, upper 30s, if not actually 40, and you taunt the man and tell the man, come find me, you can't find me, serve me personally, all the shit that you've been talking. And talking because you're a big bad army guy. I'm not disparaging the army here. I'm disparaging the big bad army guy. Blue Bacon, who is now being called Turkey Bacon, which I find absolutely hilarious. Blue Balls, good, but not as good as Turkey Bacon. When you play games with stupid people, Chili DeCastro, a stupid person, the one thing you need to be on guard of at all times is dumb is dangerous. Dumb is dangerous because dumb does dumb things. You knew that. You taunted him anyways. You were an MP in the Army, and you don't have personal experience with how dumb people can be. And yet you went out and taunted a dumb guy to find you, locate you, and serve you, meet with you personally. The problem with dicking around with dumb people is dumb people don't have a lot to do. They're not mentally engaged in intellectual pursuits, right? So when you taunt or invoke a reaction from a dumb person, you're probably going to get a violent reaction. And that's why Blue Bacon is scared, because Chili DeCastro found you. Now, when dealing with dumb people, you have to be careful because dumb people don't have anything to do all day long except figure out how to get the better of you. And DeCastro got the better of you. DeCastro got the better of you because he showed who you really are. The reality is, turkey bacon, you're an entertainer. You know, the blue is police. You're not a police officer. The bacon is police. You're not a police officer. I don't agree with the bacon pig nomenclature for police officers. I don't agree with it at all. Why would you use that? Why would you use that? So dumb DeCastro got the better of you. And you had to go dark for the weekend. You were afraid when he found you. Now, why would a big bad army guy be afraid of Chili DeCastro? Why? Because you're not a big bad army guy? Because you're really a reservist who blows a horn? You're a horn blower, an entertainer. Even in your military career, you're an entertainer pretending to be a soldier. I think the boys over at Platoon Hard Drive did a good job going through your record and pointing things out that came from your own broadcasts. Platoon Hard Drive was wrong when he said you didn't serve in the military. And when he found out he was wrong, he said he was wrong. He owned it. He didn't make excuses for it. He didn't monetize it. He owned it. Unlike you, who openly declared, while profiting from your deception, your, as these comment chains show, your obfuscation. Your obfuscation. And an obfuscation is to intentionally muddy the waters and make things less clear. So our boy Blue Bacon spent 2 days getting an emergency protective order against a man who he taunted relentlessly to find him. Good luck when you go for the hearing to make that permanent. Because if DeCastro shows up and DeCastro shows how you've been taunting him, you're going to look like a fool. And to the YouTube community, you're starting to look like a fool. You had to hide, you had to run from the person you taunted to find you. It's ridiculous. I mean, dude, if you wanted to stand out as the personification of the pussification of the American male, you right up there in the top 10, bro. You're a shining example of the pussification of the American male. And then on top of it, anybody who points out or talks about the misinformation, the half-truths you yourself admit to, the exaggerations. An exaggeration is a lie. A half-truth is a lie. If it's only half true, what's the other half? Dumb fuck. And if it's half true and half lie, it's all lie. It's only the truth. If it's the truth, if you commingle the truth with lies, the truth is no longer true. You're not what you say you are. You're not what you pretend to be. You're a cowardly male hiding in a bunker because you taunted a man to do something you thought he wouldn't be able to do. And he did do it. Now, it's not DeCastro that probably located you. It's one of his little moderators or his inner circle. That's it. You got pictures of you all over the internet, Facebook pages. You don't taunt people unless you want to be found out. Maybe you're tired of living your little lie and you wanted to get called out. But your track record and your personal history, it's hard to distinguish you from DeCastro in an archetypal sense. You're both individuals who did minor things in your life, and you've blown up the balloon so big, if you keep huffing and puffing, you're going to pop your own balloon, which is pretty much what you did. And DeCastro's doing the same. And now, there are individuals from DeCastro's camp who have made YouTube videos about your half-truths, horn-blowing, and deceptive behavior, your obfuscations. Which, if your subscribers want to support that and say it's okay, they're your subscribers. But other people aren't willing to sit there and watch you whitewash your deceptive behavior. And when they're showing you for who you are, you're hitting them with copyright strikes for doing the same thing you do. Taking clips from other creators' videos, transforming them with commentary, and releasing them. It's what you do. It's your bread and butter. That and drinking definitely not apple juice after getting someone to pay you a dub to do it. So I'm no fan of Rights On. Don't like the guy at all. And I'm sure he had a hand in locating you and exposing you. I'm not a fan of him at all. I could care less about him. I'd like to see him dry up and blow away, because I don't agree with the way he backs Chili DeCastro and the things he does to help Chili DeCastro. I think he's a low-life piece of shit. But that low-life piece of shit should enjoy the same rights to freedom and creativity that we do. So false copyright strikes, Blue Bacon, is no different than what Chili DeCastro just did and got himself suspended from YouTube for a week. And may actually wind up losing his account with the number of people that pointed out to YouTube his toss violations. And here you are, hornblower, turkey bacon, doing the same shit. I believe, well, I'm not going to give any names here. If people want to comment in the chat that, at time marker, whatever, I said such and such, feel free to do so. If you want to own it, own it. If you don't, I'm going to keep you anonymous. One individual called you a hang-around-the-fort Indian. Now, I'm a little bit Mohawk Indian, and as far as American history goes, I am a huge fan of Crazy Horse. Tashanka Wichko. His two horses are crazy. A hang-around-the-fort Indian is the exact opposite of what Crazy Horse was. A hang-around-the-fort Indian was the Indian that hung around the fort waiting for government handouts instead of living a traditional Indian life and hunting and gathering, working the land for the benefit of family and tribe. But the hang-around-the-fort Indians were not the best people in the world and were extremely cruel to their own. I do believe it was the hang-around-the-fort Indian Red Cloud who was involved with the luring in and shooting of Crazy Horse. I don't see much in Blue Bacon, and I think the analogy used was apropos. I don't see much in Blue Bacon that's any different than a hang-around-the-fort Indian, claiming that some proximity to the fort elevated the man's status. You're a hornblower. Just a hornblower. And I see the PI firm that you were associated with. I can't see where you had a private investigator's license. And as the boys over at Platoon Hard Drive pointed out, you may have been employed by them, but without a private investigator's license, you're good for bodyguard work, which is a fucking joke. And you may have been able to do long-range surveillance and take pictures of people who cheat on their spouses, but you were never at any point empowered with the ability to investigate by questioning. You were not a private eye. You were a surveillance guy. You took pictures of people. So, I've seen your channel's pretty dry. You're not doing many broadcasts. You are active in your comment section defending your half-truths, which half-truth is just a term that someone would use when they don't want to admit that they're lying. Half-truth is just a nice way of saying, I didn't tell the truth. So we're about 15 minutes up here. I'm going to let this go here. Fair warning, Blue Bacon, you hornblower. If you continue to be demeaning, condescending, and shitty toward people who subscribe to me that question you, the more evidence that comes back to me, the more likely we are to dig into your bullshit. So why don't you be a man up, show that you got an actual pair, and come on without monetizing and give a simple apology for your shitty behavior. Because you're not as smart as you think. You're not better than people. You're a horn blower. You're turkey bacon. Looks like bacon. Don't taste like bacon. You know? Not bacon. Half truth. Not bacon. Turkey bacon ain't bacon. You ain't bacon. You ain't even blue. Maybe you should think about a new name for your channel. Rebrand yourself. Present yourself as what you are. A hack entertainer who can't get through a broadcast without getting intoxicated. And you need people to pay you to drink. For all you Blue Bacon supporters, if you want silly entertainment, Blue Bacon's your boy. He's your boy. Silly entertainment. If you want something a little more real, a little more hard-hitting, a little more true, you can come on over here. We'll welcome you. If you want to come over and criticize what we said and what I said in this broadcast, feel free to come on over. Voice your opinion. I will treat you fairly. I will ask the people who subscribe to my channel to treat you fairly, to not ad hominem attack, to listen to the points made, the facts laid out, and answer the facts. If something's not true that's stated, point out it's not true. You don't have to get personal with the other person. Just point out it's not true. But if you come around with the sycophants and the sock accounts, which was a very, very good way of putting it by one of your responders on your threads, if you come around acting like sycophants and sock accounts, don't be expected to be treated with kid gloves. So when you decide to come up out of the bunker, Blue Bacon, where you've been hiding ever since Chili DeCastro called your bluff. When you come out of hiding, why don't you tell the truth. Because this too will pass. And it begins to pass when you tell the truth. If you continue to obfuscate, tell half-truths, get too intoxicated, run that yammering mouth of yours, you're just going to drag this out. You're just going to drag it out. And right now, it's starting to smell bad, blue. So please, come out, make a simple apology. Don't put yourself in a position where we have to tell the truth for you. Truths like, hey, Blue, did your dad have to get a protective order against Chili DeCastro? Did your mom need to get a protective order against Chili DeCastro? Did your sister need to get a protective order against Chili DeCastro? Or are you the only one without a pair in your entire family who, after talking like a tough guy, had to run to daddy court and get under the wing of Mama Chicken's protection to hide from the big bad chicken hawk, Chili DeCastro? Are you the only one that had to hide, boy? Because that's what everybody else out here sees. They see you hiding. Maybe you're just busy holding place in line for your significant other while he does the Christmas shopping. One can never tell. And that's that, my friends at codedfriend.001. We're happy you tuned in. We're sorry if you're a Blue Bacon fan and you didn't appreciate this broadcast, but it is what it is. It will be what it will be. And if behaviors don't change, we will shift focus for as long as we need to. Not that we're any big deal, not that anyone really cares what we say, but we will shift focus. Because you can't do what you condemn other people for doing. It's not fair. It's not fun. It's not just. So the people we don't like, the people we don't care for, the people whose behavior we don't approve of, those people need to be treated fairly, lest we start to become the thing that we hate. Enjoy your Black Friday, the rest of your weekend. Have a Pilgrim sandwich. If you got some turkey and some stuffing left over, get a good thick 2 slices of bread. Lay a little turkey on that. Put a little cranberry on the opposite side of the bread. Lay a little turkey on the first slice. A little bit of stuffing in there. And sit down, relax, and have a Pilgrim. Until we meet again. Later.
Well, this is shit. Oh, this is shit. I'm not expecting answers because they're out of your remit. I'm not looking for solutions, just for someone to admit that this is shit, this is shit, this is shit. Oh, this is shit, this is shit, this is shit.